Alright, so I've now erased my extra converging lines from my first building. Technically I could erase the horizon line from the center of the building as well because our building is not see-through. The next thing we're going to do, now that we've got the bottom edge of our first building, that has created the edge for our sidewalk as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about how wide my sidewalk is going to be, and I'm just going to kind of extend the line from the corner of my building to where I'd like my sidewalk to end. So I'm going to say about there. Now from this vertical, I'm going to go to vanishing point 1 and vanishing point 2. Okay, and now I can actually erase this vertical line. I just needed a place to create my converging lines. So that's actually going to be our sidewalk that leads off into these two different streets. What we could do now is we could create the sidewalk slabs, but while we're here, let's actually just continue that from that point there down to the edge of the page, and that could be where our road ends. So we can go right from the edge of the page. Now if you wanted your road to be a little longer, which it probably could or should be, you would just sort of imagine that the road ends off of the page. So perhaps it ended here, you would just kind of draw your lines, sort of imagining that they end up at that point. Okay, so we've now drawn the road. Usually there is another sidewalk on the other side of the road, so we can go ahead and do that. So here's what I was talking about before. Technically the sidewalk would end off of the page, so you just kind of have to imagine where it would end and draw a line from there. So about the same width as the other side. And you'll notice that everything, again, is getting smaller as it gets closer to the vanishing point. So that includes the sidewalk and the road as well. Alright, so the next thing we can do is we can create our sidewalk slabs. So what you're going to do, this is sort of the most complicated step, and the one where a lot of people get confused. So any of the sidewalk slabs on the right side of our page are actually going to lead to our left vanishing point. And any of the sidewalk slabs on the right side of our page, left side of our page, are going to lead to our right vanishing point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my ruler to the top edge of my sidewalk and vanishing point 1. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue that line. It's the same line that goes all the way towards the vanishing point. I'm just continuing it. And that's actually our first sidewalk slab. Now what I can do is I can make sure my ruler is still lined up to vanishing point 1. And I'm just going to kind of angle it up, slide it up a little bit. Now we know that the sidewalk slabs are going to get closer together as we get closer to the vanishing point. So right now they're going to be still quite large. So I'm making sure I'm still connected to vanishing point 1 and drawing my next sidewalk line. I'm going to do the same thing, but you'll notice as you get further away or closer to the other vanishing point, your ruler won't reach vanishing point 1 anymore. So you kind of just have to imagine it's a little bit longer. Make sure it would still connect, and draw that next line. So again, anything on the right side of the page is leading to the left vanishing point and vice versa. So as we get closer to the vanishing point, our lines are getting closer together in our sidewalk. Until eventually they're so close together you probably wouldn't even be able to see the division between them. Like so. And there we have our lovely sidewalk slabs on this side of the street. We're going to do the same thing to the other side of the street. So, one more time. This time it's on the left side of the page, so we line up to the right vanishing point. So I'm just going to line up my ruler to my right vanishing point along the top edge of my sidewalk. I'm just going to continue that sidewalk line. That gets me that first sidewalk slab line. And it also gets me that center slab. So lining up again to vanishing point 2 or the right vanishing point. Now is a good time if you want them to be perfect. You could actually just line up your ruler to the edge of the sidewalk slab you did on the other side and just kind of make a little notch so you know where that piece should end. You could continue doing that all the way up. So I'm going to fast forward this part of the demo so that you can still see how to do it, but you don't have to take so long to do that.